previewing it real quick, and we're gonna go live in 1 minute. And actually, JD, I'm gonna. What the fuck is went live, motherfucker? Go, JD.
What's up?
I said start the intro off and start it off.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy. It's the Don. It's the Godfather. It's the future Hall of Famer, JD Legend, and I'm here with my Henny cool brother, prototype Vergo.
Yes,
Say
you
hi.
goddamn are. What's good? It's prototype video. You already know what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? All that good shit. We are here today, about to have a wonderful another discussion with the Honey Cool Gang. Hope the audio is good for everybody. What's up, chat? I cannot. A little bit of echo. I will fix that then. But I know there's a little bit of shit going down with this chapter. I know the spoilers are going crazy. I'm gonna need you guys to not spoil anyone here in this call, because if you do, you will be purged immediately with no remorse. So we're gonna get that taken care of after I take care of the auto. We are joined today by one of my good friends, Drizzt. I know he's no longer just a theorist; he just goes by Drizzt now since he no longer makes theories.
I should just make it the drag down officially.
You should. You actually should. That would be fired.
But yeah, we're here to talk on the events. I know we've talked about it a little bit in discussion, but we haven't really fully expounded upon some of these theories, so to speak, garnering the last chapter, because I know there was a lot going on, a lot of content, a lot of videos being made by different content creators of all things that came out, because there's just a plethora of things you can discuss. And I think we're gonna get right back into the meat and potatoes. So let's start off. I want to start off with the what the fuck moment, and people think that Sabo is dead. What are your thoughts on this, boys?
JD, you want to kick it off? You want me to go?
You're the guest, bro. Guess first.
Every now and again, let me know if audio
got fix that audio. Is it still bad?
Working on it.
We're good. Okay, so the Sabo thing, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that people genuinely think Sabo is dead. But if you do, I mean, what I would have to say is your comprehension skills. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's not like any seasoned veteran of One Piece. I don't think it's going to fall for the Sabo's actually dead. It's more like the plot points that they're interested in around the possibility of him dying.
Agreed.
If Sabo's actually dead, then it's a complete waste of the retcon that he was initially supposed to be. Because I mean,
it makes no sense.
Sabo's basically a retcon of Ace's death.
Why would you bring
character potential as well?
Why would you kill Sabo, bring him back, and then immediately kill Sabo again?
Yeah, without like it being like a big deal, even if there was a flashback. No, it just doesn't seem likely to me.
It's a little asinine, it's a little weird, and there are really truly people that think that he might be dead just because, well, it will be a change of pace for Oda. It'll really switch things up. He's never done something like this before.
Yeah, usually when people say it'd be like a nice subversion of your expectations, usually that's not like a solid argument.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. What are your thoughts on it, JD?
I'm right there with Drizzt, honestly. It's all about comprehension. And there's so many hints in the chapter alone that can let you know Sabo's not dead. But at this point, you're just believing whatever you want to believe. It's just pure headcanon at this point. Just because my main reasoning behind it is the fact that, okay, people like to shit on Garp. That's fine. I was like, oh, he doesn't care about Ace. No, that's bullshit. He clearly cares about Ace. He showed it enough times in Marineford. He showed it in the prison, the amount of remorse he's had. He tried to kill Akainu right after he killed Ace. He cares. Even with Don Don, you could see the emotion in his face. When we see him in Fishman Island, we see him calm, cool, collected, talking about the event without any hint of emotion whatsoever. So it means that there's a situation that went down that's not ideal specifically for the government. But if Sabo had died, because I would like to think Garp was at least decently close to Sabo, and if not, he knows there's people that dearly love Sabo, like Makino and Dadan, and these are people that he cares about. So the fact that Garp alone is so relaxed and calm about it should let you know, okay, maybe it's not what we think. There's another factor. Big News Morgans. All right, he doesn't always tell the truth. That's fine that whatever he'll see, information that he gets, he's gonna run with it. But he doesn't really dig as deep as he possibly can. So he can spin any news story he wants to. So again, even if they say Sabo's dead in the newspaper, it's not dead. It doesn't make sense story-wise. It doesn't make sense portrayal-wise. It just doesn't make sense, period. So for people to say that Sabo's dead, they need to be checked into a mental hospital. I think that's where they need to work out. They need to be checked in. Whatever it is, whatever procedures that need to happen, it needs to happen immediately.
I can agree to that. That along with what do you guys do think has entailed with Sabo? Obviously, it's very Sabo driven. But what exactly do you guys believe is going to be the turning factor with Sabo? What is actually happening here?
Oh God, I don't know if there's an actual idea that stands above all of the other ones because it's so vague right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can make a few ties because their initial goal was there to get Kuma. So I've seen some ideas, and this one sounds cool, although it could have bad ramifications in terms of like plot convenience. And that is like if they went to go get Kuma, they failed their job, and then Kuma basically like hand smacked them away 3 days. To send them someplace safe, out of harm's way, which is a possibility. Um, but I don't know. It would seem like I would say the meta idea going around is that Sabo got framed for killing Vivi, even though he didn't,
Hmm.
and that something actually bad happened with Vivi. And since the revolutionaries are there, they got blamed for it. That seems, I don't know. That seems like a good idea to me.
Interesting. I also heard that it's very possible that Sabo was very enraged by what happened to Kuma, and that he lashed at a celestial dragon with the fire fist, so to speak, and Cobra got in the way, and he somehow killed or maimed Cobra.
You see, I don't even know if that's actually within Sabo's character.
I don't. I mean, it is. Well, we saw him lash out at Burgess,
Yeah,
so
the
he
thing
does. He
with
can't.
Burgess though is that he was actually calm enough to not fall into the bait.
I
Like I
suppose.
said, Burgess was trying to bait Sabo into basically doing what Ace would have done and lashed out. And while Sabo was mad, he was able to see past the ruse. So I feel like if
Okay.
Sabo did that with Kuma, it would kind of be going back on that test with Ace because the test with Ace should have more of an emotional impact for Sabo than even if he knows Kuma, he's grown up with him. I mean, he should love Ace more than that.
That's what I would say. So.
Well, I agree with that, but I would say the only counter to that point is the fact that okay, Ace is dead, so he's had to accept that, and he's making fun of Ace. Okay, Ace is already dead. He probably thought to himself, "Well, Ace is already dead. This is bait. There's no need to be crazy, right?" But with Kuma's right in front of him.
Kuma's right in
You know
front
what
of
I
him.
mean? Kuma's still there, and he's still suffering. So it's just like that added on pressure, you know. And imagine, and my thinking is, okay, he sees the celestial dragon, and he's still riding on Kuma, and say he actually is beating Kuma and doing all these horrible things. We saw that they had to hold him back already when he first saw Kuma. So there's a possibility that to he'd actually be able to do the same thing and said no one's holding him back at this point, and he just lashes out because okay, this is my chance to actually save Kuma. You know what I mean?
Well, that could be the case, but I would say I would be extremely disappointed in Sabo as a character because what's his result as a revolutionary if he's being tempted at that level? Because the entire
I agree with you. That would be disappointing. I mean, it would add. I guess it's like my perception of Sabo is that he is emotional and he does have a hot head. So if that's the case, then it would fall in line with his character, but it'd be very disappointing that he doesn't have the maturity to follow through with the mission, and that would put him in the bracket of Luffy, where they're having that same immature behavior. You still haven't learned yet. Luffy's exhibiting it now a little bit more. I mean, with Kaido, obviously that was a little different, but I'm with you in the fact that it would be disappointing, but I still think it would be in line with his character. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I mean, like that's a possibility. I would say that I would just want more from some. Like if things went wrong, I would prefer it to be outside of Sabo's. Like if it was all just his fault, it would seem a bit weird. Which kind of brings me to talk about this is like a slight segue, but I really want the revolutionaries, and this is like the headcanon going wherever is that they were going to get a W in some way, shape, or form,
Right.
but they've been taking L's. So right now, the revolutionaries as an organization do not seem like a threat at all.
Mm-hmm.
So in the newspapers paying them out, a couple
Like at
months
all.
in, they failed. Like they went to do the declaration of war. Dragon didn't even go for some undeclarable reason that we don't know. Maybe there was he can't go to Mary Joa for some reason because it was passed or something like that. But it seems pretty weak for the leader to just stay back during a declaration of war. So I really want to see what the Revolutionaries are going to do in response to this because they really need to prove that they're worthy of being hyped up to the degree that they have been for us to feel invested in those characters, I think.
Yeah, my thing with that is that the fact that Dragon didn't go really took away the weight of them even appearing at Marriage and the fact that obviously from what it looking like things went very negatively for the revolutionaries is like yeah, like what is their purpose? Are they actually a threat? Because it seems as though them showing that marriage watch did jack diddly squat. Like
Um,
I don't. What
Go
did
ahead,
they
Ray.
accomplish? Doesn't seem like they accomplished much of anything. We might find more after what with a reveal of what happened with Sabo, but from right now it looks like they were very ineffective. Just
Drizzt, you about to
seemingly
say
so.
something?
No, I was waiting for you, dude. Good.
No, I'm with you in terms of just the perception of the revolutionaries that have gotten so far. It doesn't seem like they're that strong. It doesn't seem like they carry that much weight, only because we haven't seen that much of them yet. So we don't know how much weight they actually carry. I mean, obviously they're known around the world. When we saw them invading that town when they were fighting like Pinkbeard and all that nonsense, it's like okay, Karasu, Lindenberg, Morley, Bello Betty. Okay, they know their names. Okay, so they have clout in terms of social status, but in terms of actual putting in feet, like if an admiral shows up and he sees Karasu or Sabo, are they cautious to take them on, or like, all right, yo, we're taking you guys out now, like there's no problem. We don't know if they have that type of clout yet, so I'm a little concerned. I know Sabo has it, but he's the second in command. If we're talking about Kuma had it as well, so like I think that's a good sign. But are they parallels, or are these guys just kind of like figureheads? I don't want them to be figureheads. I want them to actually be formidable. I want them to be a
Mhm.
legitimate threat to the world government. If there had to be a clash directly between the revolutionaries and the world government, there
So
has to be
like
something
Bello,
there.
Betty, Lindbergh, and Morley.
Well, I think
And
there has to be
Yes.
something incriminating to the world government to some degree, and I think I actually saw someone else talk about this in the chat, which I'll just summarize. I think Glam was saying that there has to be something incriminating with the world government that happened at Reverie. Otherwise, it would have been pointless to send a Cypher Pole member to Morgan's, which is a very good point.
Hmm.
They wouldn't change a headline if it was already in their favor,
mm,
That's true.
right? So
No,
there
that's
has
very
to
true.
be something else to it.
well, that's why I think a death might be in order, and not Sabos per se, but someone important. And they probably don't
Well, I
want that
think it
getting
would
out
be nice
because
if someone had died. I think people just assume it's going to be Cobra.
I do too. I do. I'm not gonna lie.
The
I
thing
do
that
because
kind of is like it's interesting to me is that at the beginning of the chapter when we see Garp talking. Oh, it was Veroni who said that. Sorry, Veroni. I apologize. It was Veroni saying Garp Glenn. Fake news, Drizzt here. So um, we see Garp talking at the beginning of the chapter. He's already back in Fishman Island. This stuff had to have happened really, really behind the scenes, but people still kind of know about it because how does Fishman Island like? How do they not know what happened? Like Garp's like reporting like they didn't even like they didn't know the news were about
exactly.
Vivi.
Like, were they not
So
supposed to
when
be
did this
present?
happen?
Unless, like, just, that's well, that's where the word assassination comes in because I'm sure that was done in secret.
It's like a secret though. It's like if it's all in secret, then why change the newspaper?
Well, if it's in secret because they don't want them to know it, they don't want the
I
word
see
to be
how
spread.
like a paradox there. We're kind of more content. It's like if it's in secret, then you know why change the newspaper? But if it's not in secret, how do these other kingdoms not know?
I'm not certain.
So we'll have to find that out. That's something that would be interesting to
Whatever
find
it
out.
is, I also want to know why Garp felt the need to actually repeat all this information. Which is why another reason why I believe why he might have told them. He probably noticed the Shirahoshi's relationship with Vivi, and it's got to be Vivi related in some sort way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think it kind of has to be considering the fact that Vivi was supposed to be the light that was supposed to be snuffed out to some degree.
Correct.
Right. No, I think Vivi actually holds a very, very big part of this One Piece story, and I mean, I'm actually very happy that Oda is kind of just bringing someone back from pre-time skip, like all the way back from like early on in pre-time skip, and making
Hmm.
them still giving them such an important role because it just means that sometimes after we go away from pre-time skip, sometimes we can kind of just think of it as history in the past, and everyone that was in the pre-time skip, we're kind of just never going to see them again.
Which is
But
false.
now that you know what I mean. But now we're seeing Vivi. It's like, yo, she's a major plot point in the story again. Cobra's a major plot point in the story again. Alabasta, when we get to that point. that might be a massive. We might be going back. You know, it's like imagine if you have two Alabaster arcs instead of one. That would be amazing.
That's really cool, actually. Think about it. And the thing is, like, I knew that they should be tied back in because you have the whole shit with the ancient weapon. That isn't completely a plot point that is gone, and it hasn't been, and then we don't know when that's going to be completely addressed. But a lot of people, I believe, in the stream the other day with Naya, someone like to brought that up. That could be a plot point with Blackbeard, him going to Alabasta to see if he knows something about it.
No, that's what I was hoping to happen.
Did I say like the most popular idea? Sorry to cut you off there, Jay. You can go ahead and finish.
No, go ahead. Because I was still thinking about my fight as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say that that's like the kind of the meta idea going on now with Blackbeard is that he has to go after Pluton. I'm not so sure, like because the reason why you would assume that is that you just fabricate that Blackbeard knows that it's there to begin with.
Yeah.
For some reason that we don't know yet, which is like completely fine, give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same point in time, is that something that would be published in the newspaper, like ancient weapon discovered in Alabasta, just let everyone know?
No,
Like,
absolutely not.
They put an entire secret organization in Water 7 because they thought there were blueprints of Pluton there. They didn't like make a public headline like Water 7 holds secrets of Pluton.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case. My whole reasoning behind is one back to the information given on Blackbeard showing he was an archaeologist. It's possibly it makes you think about how he even had a devil fruit book. He knew information on devil fruits, and I'm sure like him probably wanting to be the pirate king and know about the One Piece that he probably wants information on Poneglyphs as well.
Now, a good idea that I did see about this is the fact that Blackbeard's ship sucks dick, and then he should probably get a good ship. Riding on logs for like the entire 3 times.
Oh my
I
god.
don't think he really has it.
Riding a fucking log.
You know, so it would be somewhat, nice for him to do that. But at the same point in time, it's like what I'm expecting is that I think in order for Pluton's legacy to live up, where it's like the island destroyer, we have to see it destroy an island, and I don't see a reason why Blackbeard would just like destroy some random island
Of his own volition.
Like, I always thought it'd be kind of like some like world government type of shit, like the cleansing stuff, destroying an entire island.
So here's a little bit of headcanon, right? Just to tie into that. This is gonna be like high levels of headcanon. So like I'm just warning you guys now. So you remember the prophecy from Madame Charlie about
the destruction of
being
I'm not
destroyed
Fishman.
by the wielder of a straw hat, right? So what if Blackbeard gets a hold of that straw hat, finds Pluton, and destroys Fishman Island?
What the hell? Okay,
that's not an entirely insane idea.
Interesting.
Why would he need the hat? That is all based on the importance of the hat. Because clearly there's a massive... I'm assuming since Oda showed it, the way Oda showed us that straw hat, it holds massive importance to the point that Emu would actually be there and he'd have like a picture of Blackbeard and Vivi and all that. So there's small little connections there that would point to, okay, Blackbeard might be the one who actually uses that straw hat for whatever it is. So if he uses that straw hat and say it wields some type of power or something crazy, right? Because I'm not gonna delve into that because there's nothing I can go off to actually figure out what that straw hat does. But say Doflamingo, we've seen a panel of Doflamingo. So say that national treasure secret gets out somehow in the newspaper, and maybe it's about the national treasure, and Blackbeard is like, okay, I'm gonna find that national treasure before the Marines do, because he mentioned the Marines. Now he didn't mention the world government; they're two separate factions. And the world government does hide secrets from the Marines. You've seen them never Secret Zero and Wano. So that secret's now out. Blackbeard invades Mary Joa. He's crazy enough. He's invaded the Marine Force, so he doesn't have that type of fear. He finds that. Pardon? Yeah, absolutely.
What I would say is that this came to my mind. I'm just like spitballing it because so we don't really know who the Lurking Legend is, right? Because it's like maybe it's Emu, maybe it's the Rock's pirate captain or something. That's what a lot of people think. Right. So if Blackbeard was going to go somewhere Wouldn't it be appropriate for him to use perhaps a fruit that he recently got a hold of, like Moria's fruit? What if there was so much that the living or the lurking legend maybe is like, because people think that's like, okay, it's a giant straw hat, maybe it has mystical powers. I don't know how that would be explained outside of like a devil fruit.
Well, at least someone didn't tell you it was a fucking ancient zone.
Right? There was something like that. It's like symbolic of who wore it. Maybe it was the Rock's captain, and maybe Blackbeard brings him back as like a minion or something.
No, that would be wild.
That would be pretty savage.
That would be at least a way to use Moria's fruit, because I feel like, even though I don't like Edo Tensei, because that's what it reminds me of, just bringing back characters. It's like the worst plot device ever.
Agreed.
But since it's going to be used, you have to bring back somebody that's kind of,
competent.
And the candidates right now is kind of like unknown super strong character that Blackbeard knows about because X reason, or like he does the dirty and like grave robs Ace and Whitebeard or something.
Oh dear God.
If he grave robbed like Ace,
I'm not gonna lie, I would not like that.
That could be some cool stuff, or like if Luffy has to fight Ace, the dead body of Ace,
or Whitebeard. Oh jeez, that's wild.
That would break my spirit. Like
that is wild.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, if you wanted to make a character moment for like Luffy, I mean, maybe that's like, I'm just spitballing. Maybe that's like the way for Luffy to like finally get over Ace. Because I think
is to whoop his ass.
I think Tama's introduction to Wano is kind of evidence that Luffy never really got over it. Because whenever Jinbei told Luffy during, after Ace's death, he told Luffy he has to bottle up his emotions.
Right.
So that's not a long-term solution for finding peace, because what happens when you bottle up emotions?
It comes out in a torrent.
Right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And Luffy seems to have an irrational protection and rage towards Tama, and I think that's partially generated because she knew Ace. So she's like a living, breathing legacy of Ace, and Luffy gets pissed off that she got hurt because he still has these feelings that he has hidden away for Ace, and maybe like a way to overcome that would be to actually physically get over Ace if he was brought back. I don't know, just an idea, throwing it out there.
Not a bad idea though.
So you don't think his actions with Tama, his like lack of reaction, him telling her that Ace is dead, you don't think that was a moment?
I think it was a stepping stone.
I feel fair enough. I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, if he's comfortable to just say, "Yo, Ace is dead," and that's
it could be, but at the same point in time, I really do think. And this is Oda, so this could easily not happen. I'm kind of putting my hopes into kind of character development in a sense,
right?
Where it's like, Luffy never did anything. Like Luffy mourned for about 15 seconds and then got over Ace in the pre-time skip because then Jinbei told him, "No, what do you have left? I got my crew. Boom, I'm over it."
Right.
It would be nice if there was a bit more complexity to it, in my mind.
No, I agree with you.
Or maybe he did get over it, and this is just gonna reinvigorate some feelings of complete sadness. And then he's gonna have
just like an idea out there with like if Blackbeard really got Moria's fruit or more, he's like using Moria as a lackey, then he has to bring back somebody.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no way he'd not make use of that devil fruit. It's too crazy for him not.
That would require him needing a body, like. Well, that's true, but he'd need to get the shadow from someone living and then place it into the body.
Well, clearly he's gonna use Sabo's.
Sabo's
shadow and Ace. Oh my God, that would be wild.
That is some complete mindfuck shit.
That is like next level headcanon. My God,
unreal.
Sabo, Shadow, and Ace to fight Luffy. End of series. There you go.
But at the same time, that idea is just like something I've completely fabricated. I mean, in the Viz translation of the chapter, it does say that Blackbeard referred to the thing he was going after as like it. So it could be an object or like it could be anything essentially. Right. So the Pluton idea still holds up upon speculation.
And the key is the fact that the Marines would be after it too, because he said let's find it before the Marines.
Yeah.
What if he considered Weevil as
like if it's in the newspaper, right? So it has to be something that like they're not just like we've been hiding the Rock's captain body the entire time, and now we revealed it. So I don't think it's necessarily related to it. But it depends on what he wants, because some people think that maybe he wants the Mera no Mi, Sabo's fruit, if Sabo's supposed to be played out as being quote unquote dead. But at that point, it's like, is the Mera really worth that much to risk like your entire crew, ever?
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I don't really like the whole Mara fruit theory. It just doesn't sit right with me when I think about it. I'm just like, man, I thought we were past this already. Like after what happened with Burgess, I think it'd be time to get over it. He's maybe it's for his crew. I understand, I get it, but like I just again, it would imply that Sabo has to be dead.
I
And
mean, if the fruit was that important, dude, why'd you send Burgess to the Dressrosa? Just go there with your entire
exactly.
crew and just wipe Dofi off the face of the planet.
Oh my god, I don't know, man. I don't know. He just has faith. Maybe he just has faith in Burgess. You know.
A little
Maybe
bit too much.
I mean, he's just day one. Man. We were just talking about day one, so you know, Burgess is a day one, bro. He was in the chat when he first started streaming. You know what I mean? Like
He did try to fight Ace off rip.
he did.
And Blackbeard's like, stand down. You cannot take this man.
Nah.
Oh my goodness. But
Any
yeah, I think we
ideas
could.
from you guys though about everything related to Blackbeard is after?
I think we can transition on. Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Drizzt?
Oh, that's like a similar comment. Go ahead, bro.
No, continue. Continue.
I was gonna say, did you guys have any other ideas for what you think? Because I kind of like monologue for a bit.
No, I mean you honestly said most of what I would have said. I don't think he's really after the mirror. We're not having let's go after Ace time two. And I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna go after. Okay, I made a joke before. He's gonna go after Weevil.
So
It being that thing being Weevil because Weevil's a monster, but whatever.
my rendition is it's still going after Pluton, but it's kind of like a workaround in the fact that okay,
Hmm.
and I said this before that say they revealed the fact that the secret to Pluton is an aponeglyph in Alabasta. That was revealed because okay, maybe Cobra was talking to the Gorosei about why they should debunk the Shichibukai, and he mentioned that Crocodile took over the kingdom all to find a poneglyph that would supposedly reveal the whereabouts of Pluton, and that was overheard. And it's possible because Walpole made that call to Big News Morgans for some information. So say Walpole overheard that, he's a sneaky guy. He's the type of guy to just spread secrets. He's kind of like Caribou
Hmm.
in that sense. So then he overhears that. Big News hears about it. He puts it in the newspaper. That's where the big shot comes in. Okay, and Blackbeard reads the newspaper and he's like, "Oh, so Crocodile knew about this poneglyph." That's where the Shichibukai is. Oh, he's not even Shichibukai, but say Blackbeard and Crocodile meet up because if you remember in Impel Down, I was talking about this with Glam. He showed me a clip where he was talking to Crocodile and Impel Down about how he's like, Crocodile, do you want to know my plan? You should join with me, and you can figure out my whole plan. And Crocodile's like, nah, I'm not interested. So maybe if he knows Crocodile was interested in the poneglyph, he tries to recruit Crocodile. They all go to Alabasta, and how they read upon a glyph, I'm not sure. So that's the little missing hint there.
Hmm.
But then they find out where Pluton is, and then they go find Pluton. You know what I mean? And it's like that little trail that Oda might have left. I think that's a possibility, and I think that would be very very interesting because we know Crocodile is going to come back into the story.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a way to loop. It's like the parallels between Vivi, Crocodile. It's like it's happening all over again. You know what I mean? It's like that would be poetic in a way, and I think that would be really nice if Oda did go down that route. But that's just something that I was thinking about. Don't know if it'll happen, but it'd be cool.
I agree. That's a good idea.
I can dig it. All right, so I wanted to venture off a bit, and I know I got a little bit of just of why you wanted to be a YouTuber, but I feel like it was more than just you saw Joe Boy, and I was like, I want to do that shit too. Come on, so let me get the gist. Let me get everything.
Yeah. Well, Joey Boy was a lot of my main inspiration because whenever I was like, getting into the One Piece communities, I think it was early 2016. I had been subbed to Joy Boy since like 2000 subs. So I've been
Damn,
for a while.
did not know that.
Yeah, he was my favorite content creator for for basically for forever. At that point in time, people don't realize like how much the community has changed over the course of the years because no one's really keeping track of it. But back then, what JB was doing was actually revolutionary in the community. He was actually using his brain. Not many people did that. And he was also using voice videos. Back in the day, it was all text videos.
Oh, I remember that.
That's true. No, that's very true.
I remember that.
Almost nobody did voice, and especially like a lot of the ideas, not to like harp on like the old hype ideas, but they were mostly power scaling ideas, and they weren't necessarily related to the plot or the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, these are the powers of these characters, like Zoro, what's behind Zoro's eye, stuff like that. Ashura. Um, JB basically started bringing in stuff about like the elements of the story no one else would really consider. Like he was really, really famous for like fourth century theories and kind of connecting the dots between One Piece and the themes and stuff. No one did that, and that was like
No
the
one even
inspiration.
ventured.
So like on Origin, I started thinking of ideas and like, man, the One Piece community is so dope because I was also listening to Braga at that point in time. And whenever Braga wasn't B-Day along, he was doing his cancer shows,
When he was Don Brago.
Going out at every single stream. I was like, man, how can I get to the point where I can actually talk to these guys? So I was like, well, they're not just gonna let some,
Random
scrub, some random. Like, well, what's the best way I could do that? I could just stand out and make dope theories and get recognized for my own content, and then if we become friends, that's like, that's like the goal.
That's awesome.
And so that's literally like the entire purpose of my channel is just so I can get into the One Piece YouTube community, so I can be friends with people and start talking. And I accomplished that.
I love that actually. You don't hear that very much because a lot of guys just like, I want to be the best YouTuber. Like, I want to be king of the YouTubers, head ass. But like,
at a point in time, there was a race to become the best theorist because like that's like the only real competition there was for a long period of time. Because theories were like the number one source of food for people to digest the community. So it's like, who's the best theorist? Is it JB? Is it Alpha? Cody was around.
Was it Anime Fan Talk?
Yeah, Anime Fan Talk was also in the loop. I mean, he still had like a dubious reputation back then, but
he also still had 70,000 subscribers. So
yeah, but he had like 90,000 subscribers, which is like hell of a lot. And back in the day, theories used to get you like hell of views. Like,
of course,
One World is like one of the only One Piece YouTubers.
One World HD.
And Alpha had millions of views on his theories too. So he's like, oh shit, is that like bank right there? That's like internet famous, right? Basically, if you do that. And then later it became like content creation rivalries. Like, JB's rival is Roger, and they proclaimed each other the rivals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of like rivalries. So that's like being like rivals in that sense. For a while, I considered Braga my rival because we were at like the same sub count for like months and months and months. And then I had to look at 8 or 9 month break, and then Braga was completely overwhelmed in that period of time.
It's funny. I'm getting like the nostalgia flashback here because that's how I felt with Naya. Me and Naya were so close, and now he's like double me, and I also took a 9-month hiatus.
Yeah, I took a long hiatus because I was just so fucking pissed off with Whole Cake Island, dude.
Oh, I know.
And like, I regret doing that because that was literally at the point in time where my channel was the biggest. Like, I was getting a lot of subs, and like I didn't make a video for like 9 months. I was like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, well, my computer just exploded on me, but I digress. That's actually a really dope story. I'm actually glad I finally got to hear the full thing, Drizzt.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. JD, I want to know your full thing. You only give me snippets.
So it's funny because I resonate with Drizzt's backstory heavily. So for me, believe it or not, my first introduction into anime YouTubing in general is for Neverworld. So I used to watch from I used to watch from Neverworld a lot. I know. Trust me, I know. I'm embarrassed to even say it. But
mine was a clickbait video for Anime Fan Talk about like Usopp being a god or something. So I know what you mean.
But so he was mainly doing like this is when around the time Naruto was ending and stuff, and he was doing like his short little clips. He got me into Hunter x Hunter, all that other stuff. And I got to a point where I was just like, man, this guy really doesn't go into depth about One Piece. I just don't like it. He just kind of glossed over it, 3-minute video, whatever. And I'm just like, yo, bro, you missed like 7 things, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. Then I come across Sawyer and King of Lightning. And then I've been subbed to Sawyer for a really, really long time. I love his videos. But King of Lightning is the guy who stuck to me. And it's because King of Lightning is a black guy. Black guy loves anime.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's just like, he's out there. He does whatever he wants. And I was watching King of Lightning when his camera was absolute garbage. You know what I mean? Like no openings, none of that. Just like horrible quality, right?
Yeah.
But I watched all of his videos because my man went into depth all the time, right? So that I continued that for a little bit. and I didn't start wanting to be a part of the YouTube community until I came across Brago. Brago's the guy that really made me want to be a part of it,
Mm.
just like Drizzt said, because I see his streams and I see people coming in, and I hear people like Stebo, Vergo. I heard you one time, and you were just wilding, and like I remember laughing at your laughs. Your laugh had me dying, bro. Like I'm just like, yo, who is this nigga Vergo, bro? I never forgot you after that, right? But and it's just like the way you guys were talking about anime. It's just like, yo, you guys are just like me. This is like, if I knew you guys in real life, I'd love to hang out with you guys and talk with you guys about anime, and then sometimes you'd be able to talk about basketball, all kinds of different stuff. So it's just like I resonated. I'm just like, yo, what can I do to be a part of this? Like I'd really, really just want to be a part of the anime community because I just felt like all this time was like, okay, I want to find somewhere where I belong, and I know there's people like me who love anime in a way that I do and talk about it in the way I do. And it's, I'm gonna be honest, it's not just some weeb shit. It's just like, yo, it's just straight up discussions, intellectual, all kinds of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that finally inspired me after people had been telling me to make a YouTube channel for a while, and I finally decided, all right, whatever, I'm gonna do it. And I didn't really care about the views. And again, just watching Brago coming across your channel, seeing the streams that you did, it's like, man, I want to be able to talk. It's like when I hear Drizzt talk, because I heard Drizzt talk as well on Brago's YouTube channel, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, this guy's smart. I'm just thinking like, man, this guy's smart. He knows what he's talking about. Every time I heard Drizzt talk, I'm like, man, I knew what this guy was talking about. And I was like, I want to be as smart as Drizzt. I want to be as chill as Brago. I want to be as funny as King of Lightning. And then like my first move is like, okay, I wanted to become a tier 3 sub, and that's when I discovered tier 3 cancer.
Mm.
And and it was cancer. It was cancerous, but it was fun because I just being able to talk to King of Lightning was like, yo, man, I've been watching you for years, bro. Like I finally get a chance to talk to you and talk about One Piece. And then as I got into that environment, I realized I'm like, yo, I actually can do this. It's like, yo, these are all just really chill people who love anime and we're just talking. So I'm like, all right, let me become a part of this. I started my YouTube, and ever since then, it's just been a really fun ride. And meeting Vergo, meeting Drizzt, meeting all these cool people, and I was like, man, these guys are dope. Townsy, Trent, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was just like it's just like I'm so happy just to be around people who want to talk about the stuff I want to talk about. I don't have to like withhold all this information that's in my head that I can't bounce the ideas off anybody. So that's really the whole reason that I did YouTube, is just for the love and be able to talk about anime. Just talk about anime, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes back to the fact that I think we're exactly the same. I think all of us are kind of like this because that's why people watch. Is that in our real lives, no one really cares about this stuff.
No.
Like you have real life friends, but like for me, for instance, I have like best friends that I live in this house with, but they don't do this. Like they don't care to this
At all.
degree. Talking about One Piece or anime and stuff. They have like their different interests, and like this is the thing I want to talk about the most of the time.
Straight up. Like,
They kind
I
of
can't
we
go to
all
my
like
friends and be like,
we all have
yo,
like
man,
likes, and we just kind of like this, good
I,
gelling.
I can't go to them while we're like out to lunch. Like, yo, man, new chapter dropped. It was crazy, bro. Sanji did this. What a loser. Like, and I can't do that. And they were like, what do you fucking talk about? Shut up and eat your fucking
Yeah.
tacos and drink your beer. I'm like, all right. And I'm like,
And
cool.
that's the thing. It's like sometimes it's like you're in an environment where you normally like, say you go out to the bar with a couple of friends and you're having a great time, and then you just want to crack a One Piece joke. And you can't, so you kind of just hold it in. I was like, man, I can't wait till I get back home and get on my
Exactly.
Discord and chat
Or
with my
or
boys. You know what I
or
mean?
thank God for social media. I'll tweet about it or some shit.
Oh yeah, facts. Tweets definitely help get all those ideas out in your head and
And
everything.
it's also kind of like this, like for people who are like fans of content creators and content creators themselves, this kind of becomes your hobby in a sense.
Oh
Where
yeah.
like if you're a content creator, a lot of your spare time or free time is either being in streams, making your own videos, or talking with people who have questions about your ideas. So it gets to the point where literally the only thing you kind of think about is stuff like this.
Correct.
So this becomes like everything in a
Yeah.
sense.
I'm like eating dinner with my girlfriend, and I'm just like, yo, so I got that talk show at 8. I gotta eat pretty quick. Just want to let
Yo,
you know.
it really be like that, man. Like we just moved into a house, and like my homies, I understand what you dress like. My homies, they don't really watch anime like that. And they're just like, yo, man, come down, chill with us. I'm like, nah, bro, I got a podcast to do. I don't know what you're talking about.
Straight up, like Friday during the ghetto reverie, they will not see me at all. And so yeah, I guess I'll speak on mine a little bit. It's gonna be hard to follow both of you guys. Those are phenomenal stories. Um, yeah, so I would say I remember it was a few years ago. I had just I was watching anime. I had just caught up to the manga, and I was just like, I'm scrolling on YouTube, like looking for you anime clips. Because I know I was poor, I didn't have Funimation, so I was looking for YouTube clips of like all the cool shit. And I'm just like who is this guy? And I saw Roger. I was like, it was like Roger's base chapter review. I was like, people review chapters? Like what is this? And then I remember I was watching chapter. I was like, okay. Then I started watching them a bit more consistently, and I was like, and it's kind of what JD was saying. Like I'm black, right? So I was like, black One Piece YouTuber, like typed in, and then Brocco pops up. He pops up, and I'm just like, well, I'll watch this guy. And I was like, wait, there's whole ass live discussions going on, like multiple people, like there's lots of people in the chat discussing. It's like, this is a dream fucking come true. I didn't know this was actually a thing. Like, I didn't know this could be plausible. So then I joined the chat. I'm talking in chat. I'm talking to other chat people. Like, Discord, what is this? Join the Discord, everything. And then I remember I had to talk to a whole bunch of different people. That's when I met Quietly Loud, and I got to talking to him, Hassan, got to talking to like Yak, got to talking to Dustin even. And I remember I was Dustin used to let the people in his streams. So I used to talk to Dustin, and he was just like, "Yo, you should make a channel." I was like, "Yeah." I remember I would beg Quietly Loud for months upon months, and I was like, "Yo, dude, let's make a channel together. Let's do it." And then he was like, "I don't have time. Just do it on your own." He's like, "Fuck it, I'll do it on my own." Made one of the shittiest videos in YouTube history. It was like terrible audio. I tried to have like two monitors going and be cool. It was it's like I think to this day it still has 4 views. Like
Those are the
it,
ones that hit, yo.
it's
Those
just
4 views
so
videos.
so bad. And like you might think my audio's bad in this video. God, it was terrible. But I remember the grind from then to now, and then meeting all the, and like you said, getting to be in a point where you can have these discussions with all of the people that you used to watch, and like if you want to get their opinion, you message them on it, and it's just so dope, and like it's just so fun being at this place where you can do that. And I don't know, just like the grind from here until now, it doesn't really feel like a grind because this shit is fun. This shit is like beyond fun. Like I enjoy doing what I do, and I always said if I did not enjoy doing what I do, that I was gonna quit because I enjoy it. And I remember we were talking to you on your channel the other day, Drizzt, right? Like because you were kind of like trying to figure out the motivations for continuing, right?
hmm
And like I hope you found it
I'm
because
still trying to get my way to that point. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to balance because like there are these things that I love to talk about, but it's kind of counterbalanced by how much I'm not enjoying where the series is right now. Because like
because
it feels bittersweet in a sense to me because I'm like, oh man, I love this topic, and I look where the series is now. I'm like, why can't it be that?
but like think about this, just like when I talked to you then was what 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and then
something like
I
that.
saw you put out that which I must say was a brilliant Mihawk video.
It was
I
really
was just
good,
like,
man.
I
Really good.
really hope my boy is back because that was passionate. You were so enthused. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Like you had funny one-liners like that, like that whole Papa John's little thing you did.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, you're really back into it and you're enthused. And I'm really like, I was happy for you. That made me genuinely happy because I want you to be as enthused to make videos and make content as I currently am and I've always been. I have not lost I have not lost my joy for it. I don't want to lose my joy for it. But I feel like it's inevitable. Like point comes at some point for everybody, you know.
Well,
I'm not
it's
oblivious.
kind of depends on the kind of content you're making to a degree because I had this problem before because you took a long break, Virgo. I also took a long break.
Yeah.
Part of my long break was the fact that I hated what Whole Cake Island was. Another part of it was that I hated the process I had to go through to make videos because I'm someone that I can't sit in front of a mic and then convey my idea to the way that makes me happy that I did it. I have to
Mm.
write scripts, and I hate writing scripts. It's literally it absolutely kills my enthusiasm for the video I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
But
And I'm sure
like
it's no better if you have to make it a script that's 4,000 words of ripping into something.
Yeah, like if I make a like a 25-page, essay about why I didn't like this One Piece chapter or why I don't like Wano, and then like the first thing I'm gonna see in the comments is "fuck you, Drizzt," then like
I'm
it's not
sorry for laughing.
necessarily like the most uplifting thing in the world. Like, oh man, yeah, I love this content. Fuck you.
The very first comment, you're a fucking prick.
It's like whatever, but like, I was trying to be real about it.
I kind of want to. I want to have a little bit of a sidebar about that. Comment sections. Holy shit.
Sausage drinker, the legend.
Sausage.
Sausage
These guys in the comment section are fucking brutal, and it's almost like you took the time to watch my 45-minute video, and at the end of my 45-minute video, you're gonna just comment "suck my dick." Are you serious? Or like call me a prick, or call someone on my panel a prick? And like I would say like I don't care, but as a content creator, I'd be a liar if I say I didn't care.
My favorite is like whenever like a video is really long and you can tell someone just saw the topic of the video and you said no.
No, I'm gonna comment and leave. Forget him.
Yeah, but I made that Mihawk video for 42 minutes, and like I like this one guy's like, no, Mihawk's not Yonko level because of this reason, which I cover in the video.
Which you went
and
over.
People responded like, didn't you watch the fucking
Did
video?
you watch the video? Yeah.
Your point was
Like, no,
definitely
wow,
addressed.
42 minutes.
It's just unreal. Like I remember just like so Roger had me over on his channel for like you might have been there for the best arcs in One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at the end of it, it was just like, that stupid hard R Virgo doesn't understand anything about One Piece arcs. And I was just like, well, the first thing I thought was like, the
Yo, I'm just imagining reading it, bro, and I'm screaming, yo. I can't take
cause you
it.
know that like when like, that one guy that saw the SpongeBob thing, he's like, "Nana."
Yeah, no, that, yeah.
And like
That's
the
your
first thing that goes through my head was just like, one, did Roger approve that? And then, and then second, I'm just like, that's the first thing you're gonna say? Just say I'm bad.
Yeah, you don't gotta go that hard, bro. Like, there's no need.
Or like Brago's comment section is one of the funniest because I remember there was one video I was arguing with Taekwon, right? And
Right.
I made a joke about bullying him. And then someone in the comment section was like, "You're not bullying anybody, you fake wannabe gangsters. Stop saying nigga, white person." I was like, "What? I'm black as hell."
Wow. How do you not pick up that he's black from his voice?
I don't know.
Speaking of which, before I did a face review, everyone thought I was black.
Straight up.
Really?
For my videos, yeah. Whenever I did a face review, like, Drizzt, you're not black. I'm like, I sound like the whitest guy in the world. Why the fuck would you think I'm black?
No, I feel like I was there for that.
I just don't know.
Was it on a Brago stream? Was it on a Brago stream?
Well, I did my own like stream before I was like reveal my face in my own stream, but it's just like
YouTube's a funny thing. I mean,
people confuse me and Froob to be the
How?
exact same person.
I don't get that. You
That's
guys sound
not
completely different.
I also don't understand that because me and Froob, anytime we're in a stream and I say something, someone in the live chat will say, "Shut up, Froob."
Oh,
And yeah, I'll notice that, and I'm just like, are you guys serious? You guys don't sound anything alike to me.
They don't even remotely sound alike. That's the
We
funny
don't
part.
sound alike, and we don't even use like the same words.
At all. And then
It'd be hilarious. It's
and
perfect.
Froob is just also really quick to call someone a dumbass, and you'll do that every now and again, but not very often.
Yeah, only if it's like Ty or something.
Correct.
That's fair. Yo,
Yeah.
there's a little. I don't mean to like sidetrack just a little bit, but
Do you think?
since we're kind of on this path, I was really enjoyed the fact that Drizzt mentioned what it used to be like in the anime community on YouTube. And those text videos, like, that really hit home because I saw so many of those text videos from One Piece. And then I saw Joy Boy. And I'm like, okay, I've seen Joy Boy theory video. I saw them like way back then. I still remember his theory on like Gear 4th being like some kind of lightning thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I'm gonna be honest, yeah, this guy's stupid as fuck. And I just never, never paid attention again. But then going on and seeing like, okay, people like For Never World. I don't know if you guys remember a guy named like Code Provider.
Of
Oh yeah,
course.
Code
Of
was, oh my
course.
god, Code's hilarious.
He was hilarious. I'm like, yo, man, this guy. I in my mind, I was like, yo, I feel like there's something wrong with him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
before Code sold out, he was actually pretty funny.
No,
And
he
actually,
was funny.
people don't understand that I think Code absolutely nailed the psyche of Sawyer so bad in one of his videos. Because remember when like the Whenever World Double Four stuff was happening?
Yep.
Sawyer made a response video where he was basically saying, like, I didn't have to do this, I don't want this, but he made the video anyway and published it.
Right.
And then Code made a response video basically just calling Sawyer a hypocrite that just wants to be liked by people, but at the same time acts like he doesn't. And Sawyer just had like a giant like "fuck you" Code.
So that war was like, I was actually, you know what? I was definitely when that whole when For Never World did the Reverie and everything like that. That's when I had noticed, because I used to like Double Four earlier on, like Double Four, For Never World. I used to pay attention to both of those guys. I know it's crazy, and it's just like that anime beef, and there was so many videos about it. I was like, yo, man, can we get back to the days where we had anime beef and we made videos about each other? And it's like, it has nothing to do with anime, yo. It's like they're just trashing each other publicly. And I was like, man, this is wild. Like, this is entertainment. And that was me as a young buck, when I was watching anime. I was like, yo, the anime community is so much different now. It seems like we're all so collaborative.
Everyone's friends now. It's kind of like, to put it in comparative terms, it's like the NBA.
Yes.
That is a very good comparison.
We all got our own production companies and we're partnering each other. Like, yo, this is the shop, and Vergo's like LeBron right now. Like, yo, it's like
that is very, very good example. Oh my goodness.
So does that make Bronco the LeBron of the anime community?
I mean, he looks like him.
Facts. He does look like him. He is hairlineless anyway.
I mean, I would say, I think, like, on an impact level, people will severely underestimate how much Bronco's changed the community.
In many ways.
But, like, Bronco's getting the attention now in BDA law that I think he always deserved on Bronco, because I always consider, like, people talk about, like, the quote-unquote Yonko of the One Piece community. I always said that I think Bronco had some more influence and a lot more impact than a lot of the other people that people put at Yonko level. And, like, if not, he was like what Luffy is now. He's like the 5th Yonko.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna use that same example because the thing about like you think about the trickle down effect. Would the three of us probably be talking if it weren't for him?
Probably not.
No, not at all.
So there it is. I mean, it'd be very hard for us to reach each other because a trickle down effect. I met you through Vergo, correct, Drizzt?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you just met JD through me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy trickle down effect. It's a really cool thing, and that's probably why I love the community, and that's how we can work this way. No, it's not the anime mafia. Serious D punch. But like, oh no, it's just really cool. But I think it's enough on that. Enough expounding upon that. I think we can go on to our next topic, which I think you might enjoy this one, Drizzt. I know JD was really pumped about it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about huge differences and discrepancies from pre-time skip and post-time skip.
Oh, okay. I'll let you guys lead then.
Absolutely. Pre-time skip, and I'll start it off because I'm sure y'all might agree with me on this one. I feel like it's very not Straw Hat focused, and mainly, and it's gonna lead to my next segment, and very Luffy focused, and almost always only Luffy focused. And at points you can like that if Luffy's your main character, but you're missing a lot from the other characters you truly, really love. Like I know Hemmings is absolutely hating post time skip Robin wise.
I think if you're a fan of Robin, that like instead of just defending it, you should just be like, yeah, Robin used to be better.
It's almost unfair.
Everyone loves Robin, but no, I don't think anyone loves what Robin is now.
That's what I mean. Like no one's happy about it. No one's happy about it because she's think about her introduction, right? 80 million berry bounty, right? You could damn near say she was what 4th strongest on the crew, maybe. She was really strong.
I mean, people made the arguments back then that she was like the strongest because of her devil fruit. Not people make the same arguments now. It's like, no, don't underestimate Robin, like because they headcanon what abilities or how useful her devil fruit would be in combat, but she never picked to actually test it.
Yeah, and I
So
can
it's just
agree with
like
that
that
because,
idea.
like, you remember when she first arrived on the ship and disarmed everyone?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, and she argued might have been the strongest, but she never would have gotten that. I think to this day she never really got a one-on-one besides the Sky Pia priest, right?
Well, I think she did beat some dude, like some name, like one of like the lower henchmen from Fishman Island, but I don't really count that.
Okay, I would.
Did she?
No. She killed she defeated the guy that you know how whenever they first get to Fishman Island, he's like telling Luffy and the gang on the Sunny, it's like give up to Hody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She neck snapped that guy, and that was the person she beat in Fishman Island.
I see. And that and,
So
and
basically, no one.
so basically
You think
7 years ago.
she kind of beat Pell too? Did she beat Pell?
She did beat Pell, but that was kind of just like a one shot in a sense.
Yeah, but
It wasn't like an actual fight.
an actual fight
Okay.
where she didn't just
That's
snap
fair.
their neck and then
Yeah.
move on with her life.
And to be clear, that's what she did with the guy at Fishman Island. She snapped his neck, so it wasn't really a fight there either. The only person she ever fought was Yama.
Which was a very good fight, actually. I think it's
It actually, like, I mean that the fight as it's Robin's only fight, but it was actually a good fight. I enjoyed that fight, to be honest.
I'd say what disappoints me most.
Mhm.
One, there's obviously the nostalgia factor with pre-time skip, so
Of
that's
course.
fair. But it just seemed like it's like you were saying. It seems like there was so much more. We got more time for other characters. Like like CP. The reason why people love Ennis Lobby so much is because every single Straw Hat had their moment. Like every single one. Chopper even had his moment. Nami had his moment.
Mhm.
Sanji, Zoro, Frankie, Usopp. You know what I mean? It's like we all have those moments, and it wasn't just like a quick clash or anything. These are extended moments where you see the psychology of each character in every fight.
Mhm.
And it's like now it's just like, yo, Chopper. It's like every time I see Chopper, I'm like, yo, bro, why are you here? Even Frankie, I'm happy we got Senior Pink, Frankie and Senior Pink, because that was nice.
That was great.
I think that was a great fight because we got to see what we loved about Frankie all over again.
Yeah, that was very much needed.
It was, but even with Sanji, and this is the disappointment with Sanji. Okay,
Here we
Sanji's
go.
backstory that was fine, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm a Sanji stan, you know that, whatever, right? But
Yeah.
with Sanji, it's just like the Sanji that we knew in pre-time skip is just no longer here, and it's not like okay, Sanji the chef, Sanji the fighter. That's how he was introduced in Baratie.
Mhm.
He was an excellent chef, but he was an excellent fighter as well. His fight with Gin was amazing.
Correct.
But we don't have any of that anymore. What happened to that? We don't even have like proper Zoro fights anymore. It's all just Luffy fight 1v1, clashes with the Straw Hats, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's just like when are we gonna get the characters that we truly enjoyed? Because I'm pretty sure we all respect. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say that.
You know what? I'm very. I hate Chopper, but I digress. But I'm very glad you actually mentioned that whole Zoro thing. How we don't have
Yeah.
proper Zoro fights because when you have Zoro like at least struggle a little bit in fights, that was very entertaining to watch. But when you watch Zoro chase someone for 12 chapters and then finish them off
It's so
instantaneously,
stupid.
it is garbage. Those only people that like the Pika thing is because he did that last technique, and they're just everything Zoro types like in a last technique is they got their fill right. But that was very lackluster in my opinion. I think Zoro versus Pika is utter doo doo water. And then
No,
it doesn't come close to Mr. One or Kaku or
oh my
Ryuma.
god,
Like they shit on it.
Mr. One.
But
Yeah,
because he had a
I don't
little
understand.
flashy bit of hockey on all three swords, they're like, it's the best fight he's ever had. And it's just so annoying. And then Sanji versus Vergo didn't last long. Sanji,
3 panels.
yeah, Sanji
Yep.
against Doflamingo was gross. And especially, I remember you saying it very well, Drizzt. Sanji has been used as a hype tool for villains this entire post-time skip.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's very, very unfair to him, especially like when you think about the Hunter in CP9, how he came after
Oh
Jabba.
my god, that was Sanji's greatest moment. Was that?
And it's unfair, and I love Sanji, and it's like what Quietly Loud and Devil Egg would say. It's like we don't hate Sanji, we hate what he's become because we know what he used to be. It's sad. Luffy is Luffy. Luffy's had some amazing redeeming moments in post time skip that I can't argue with. I like Luffy post time skip, but he's the main character, so it's gonna be that way. Nami, I don't know. What do you guys think about Nami? She's interesting here.
I've talked a lot, so I'm gonna let you go, Drizzt.
Actually, I'm every stream I'm ever in becomes like a soliloquy of let's talk about something that Drizzt talks about all the time. It's like how much I dislike how things are going on. So I'm actually kind of just picking your brains to see what you guys think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The question I
I'm
want to
curious.
ask you guys is that what were your expectations whenever Marineford happened and you learned there was going to be a time skip? What were your personal expectations going into that you thought were set up by the story, and how do you think those were failed?
My personal expectation is that we were going to get something like what happened on Fishman Island, and then maybe the same in Punk Hazard. But after that, I thought that Luffy himself wouldn't really be in much of a struggling situation until maybe like a first commander or until a Yonko, so to speak, right? That was because they hadn't made the whole pack as though after this point on, we can't be weak, so Sabaody never happens again, correct? And then
Mm-hmm.
the fact that we get to, I wouldn't really say Zoro struggled in Dressrosa, but everybody else did, in my opinion, including Luffy. And I'm just like, hold on, why are we still struggling with warlords and their crew when there are much stronger motherfuckers out here in the sea? What did you really accomplish on that time skip, except for some new tricks to just still go on extreme difficulty fights with some of the people that we would have been facing in pre-time skip anyway? It didn't really make sense to me because where this commander level people is where I thought the rest of the crew, other than the monster trio, was gonna be at. Right? I thought
Right,
Zoro and Sanji were gonna be these guys. Well, they should be taking these fools out. Right?
right.
They're taking on first commanders. Luffy takes on the big dogs, and then we move on to the real biggest threats like Blackbeard and the world government and
Mm-hmm.
the celestial dragons. But we're struggling still against warlords like Doflamingo, and Sanji can't even land an attack on this man really. And I was disgusted by his performance with Doflamingo because I'm just like, what's happening here?
Right.
I thought, and
I
because I let the Virgo thing go, yes, because he was injured, right? And then when I saw the Doflamingo thing, I was like, well, shit. Would it have mattered whether he was injured? Because this doesn't make any sense to me.
Even the Sanji being injured thing with Virgo, I don't think it's something I would even give Sanji credit for.
I, and
Because at the end of
go
it,
ahead.
Sanji goes, if this fight had continued,
I
quote
would have got my
unquote,
ass whooped. Dot 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 dot
well, he's not sure what happened. I
dot
still
dot
think
dot. Yeah,
Sanji probably would have won in an extreme diff. Maybe that's not so much anymore. But it's like whenever Sanji broke his leg, it's like the equivalent of like Zoro breaking a sword. It like happened immediately. Or
yeah.
like if
And
he
if I'm
had to
not
try to
mistaken,
do it, and
if I'm
it's
not
I don't know.
mistaken, during the bout with Bon Clay, he had about 18 broken ligaments.
Yeah,
Bon Clay's his best fight in the series.
but
Um,
yeah,
That was
yeah,
damn
I
good.
mean, Sanji doesn't really have that many good. I mean, I don't think many of the shots really had that many good fights. Zoro has like a couple notable ones, but the thing that's like missing in the monster trio is that they don't have anyone of note that they've beaten really.
Yeah,
yes, that is
unfortunately.
absolutely, and that's what I was hoping to see, especially in the time skip. Okay, I had a few expectations. I'm like, okay, Zoro when he cut the shit in the first chapter we saw him back, I
Yeah,
was very satisfied. I'm like, all right, he's doing Mihawk behavior now. He trained with Mihawk. He should be cutting ships. That's cool. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Sanji add something. And I wanted to see it early, right? Okay, we saw Diablo Jambe, Blue Walk. That was cool. This is all cool stuff, right? These are all CP9 techniques. But I'm like, okay, Luffy, well, let me just paint it like this.
uh huh.
In pre-time skip, the peak that we knew was Admirals, and then we saw Whitebeard, right? So, but let's just focus on the Admirals for now. I'm like, okay, Luffy got absolutely eviscerated by Admirals. Admirals are a major threat. I'm thinking after this 2 years with the Pirate King's right hand, really, my expectation was that Luffy would actually be able to clash with an admiral. Believe it or not, that was my
Hmm.
expectation.
Mm-hmm.
When he came in, and then we see Hody Jones, he beats Hody Jones, sure, And then that power up comes in and he injures Luffy. And I'm just like, man, he's getting injured by a discount Arlong. Okay, we'll let that go. Then Doflamingo happens.
And
And we
Doflamingo gave him hell on earth.
and he's like struggling. I'm talking like getting absolutely decimated. It's just like, yo, is Luffy still at like pre-time skip level where gear second, gear third? It's just like he's just getting annihilated. It's like, okay. And that's where the gear fourth comes in, and it seems like, yo, Luffy can only compete unless he's in gear fourth. So it's just like, okay, so he spent 2 years just to get gear fourth and some hockey. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah. And then here's the kicker, right? After Zoe, we move on to Whole Cake Island. And I'm just like, oh shit, we're in Yako's territory. Maybe we'll actually be able to see something out of Luffy, right?
Right.
And Sanji's there too. So I had a little bit of hope for him too. And then
Yeah,
Luffy
but
gets there. And Gear 4th is basically struggling with the third commander of the Yako's crew. The third. So you're
madness.
telling me there's 2 more individuals above this person, and you are spending 10 hours on this person with help? And it's mind blowing to me, and I believe my expectations were truly drowned out with that one.
And it's like the really flashbacks to fill in the gaps. I'm like, man, really? Like, I like a really flashback, you know what I mean? But in my mind, I'm just like, if you learn this stuff already, you should have incorporated it. And I'm like, okay, I understand the hockey is unique and it grows over time, so I understand that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like Drizzt was saying, it's like, okay, it's the expectations that you had coming into post time skip. I expected significant power boost. Robin, I expect so much out of Robin. And I've just been, I can't even say bitterly disappointing is enough to describe my disappointment. Frankie turning into a giant robot. I'm like, okay, General Frankie's cool. That's fine. I was very impressed with Usopp. I'll say this: Usopp post time skip has been a treat, in my opinion. Just the physique change, the hockey. He doesn't seem, he's obviously still the wimp, but he seems to still have, he's better than what he was post pre-time skip, in my opinion. I think Usopp is the only one that I can comfortably say that I've been impressed with.
Brook is the best showing against the Yonko
Brook has
on
been
the crew.
fantastic.
And I'm
Brook has been
trolling when
fantastic.
I say that. But he's done good things. But like here's my biggest gripe. Because we want this man to be the Pirate King, correct? And I don't understand how after post time skip, with everything in your arsenal, you're struggling with these people who aren't even close to their captain being the Yonko. That the discrepancy in power and the power boost, it just truly makes me sick in the stomach to think about how much he's gonna have to jump to be able to compete. When every arc he's still nowhere close. Gains future sight, still nowhere close. I just don't know.
And then we've been left in this hole where it's just like, okay, how is it going to breach this gap to the Yonko? Because it just doesn't make sense to me. Is this hockey boost enough to breach a gap between the Yonko after getting one shotted in your best form?
Is it enough for him to beat Kaido? And I don't know if I would be okay with that at all. I don't think I would.
It's like it took you 2 years to get to this point, and you're not even close. Like you're
well, no, not even that. After 2 years, you get to that point where you're not even close, and then within how long have they been in New World? 2 months, 3 months.
Yep.
And then within the 2 to 3 month period, you all of a sudden bridge that gap after 2 years of training. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. But I don't know. What do you think, Drizzt? Have you picked our brains on that one?
Oh, I mean, I could go on a. You guys know me. You probably listened to me complain before. I could go on a tirade of reasons why I think that I personally haven't filmed the series. It's just interesting to pick your brains about it. Well, I guess I could go into a tirade here because I'm not going to get absolutely hammered. Or I think
this is a safe space. This is a safe space.
Yeah. This is my safe space. I think you nailed kind of like the gist of like the difference between the post time skip and the pre time skip, where the pre time skip was about Luffy getting the crew.
Yeah.
And now Luffy's got the crew, they're not important.
Crazy.
Which is kind of weird to think about it. It feels like with the way that's, I don't know how much Oda has planned. I'm not going to pretend that I do, but I would say that it kind of seems like some things haven't been planned out as the way they could have been. But the time skip, the reason for it, has been completely destroyed with recent developments in the series. There is no difference between having taken the time skip and not having taken the time skip. With the
I
way
agree.
that Luffy's been developing, there would have been no, like, especially because Kid was able to go there and survive by himself with a crew that wasn't even nearly as good as Luffy's.
By any margin.
And then get as strong, if not stronger, than where Luffy is right now. It doesn't really seem like there's a point to it. And I think the main reason that for me, it's like, I told you before, but the Straw Hats, and this will answer your question about how I feel about Nami in the post-time skip. The Straw Hats have become caricatures of who they were.
Mm-hmm.
So Oda highlights the things that people thought were funny about them instead of taking their characters to another level. So they remain the same and they don't grow as people. And like Nami has become less of a person and more of like a sexualized fan service. Nami still, like, one of Nami's issues, if I were to point to her, is that she doesn't have any.
Oh.
Nami has no like internal struggles. She's like kind of like, you know, the perfect. I go along with every like princess in every arc. There's always like someone that like Nami finds, like, you know, like the Lola Chiffon equivalent.
So she's basically
like
been.
And they bond.
So she's basically
Nami
been sailing along on the Happy Train since Arlong Park.
Yeah, the thing is, Nami has basically been the same for a really long point in time. And out of the crew, she's probably been treated one of the best, at least better than normal, because she's actually gotten moments, even if those moments have been, you know, totally defamed with over-the-top fan service and her not being able to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'll forever be salty about the Cracker fight, because I think that is, like, especially with the way Oda handled Katakuri, I think the Katakuri fight basically confirmed that the Cracker fight was pointless and just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because the Cracker fight, basically, how it ended was, Oda's like, yeah, they did the same thing off screen for 11 hours, now it ended in one blow.
That's so... I hate to think of it like that, but it's so true.
And then during the Katakuri fights, like, Luffy got his ass beat for 11 hours, but I showed every single section of it, and that's important. But this fight, this is like the first duo the Straws have ever had against an enemy, any Straw Hat, right?
Yeah.
Luffy and Zoro, Luffy and Sanji never been like Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp combined to beat, you know, one of those guys in Skype, but there have rarely been like duo combinations, and especially with like a girl, right?
Yeah, and at that point they weren't really needed.
Finally team up against a commander,
someone formidable.
That's amazing. And Nami hasn't done anything yet. Maybe she'll do something. It's like off screen for 11 hours, and it's like, and Nami just sat in the back with a bunch of trees and threw water at it
and rained on them. No, that's a fact.
Nami used water gun, and that's
basically like, okay, so, and that's probably like the strongest opponent Nami's ever gonna face the first in the series. Most likely when he got off screen, so it's whatever.
That's so sad. So sad.
Nami's basically just like a fan service wagon, because Oda definitely likes Nami the most out of every girl in the series. I don't think there's a question about that.
Fact.
But I think he likes her to the point where it's like, I'd like to put her in her situations and things like that. It's just, this is something that I asked people before, and the answer is usually the same, is that I thought that heading into the post-time skip is that there would be more focus on the Straw Hats as individuals and them getting to their dreams.
Their dreams have been forgotten.
So this is what I want to ask you guys. So
or achieved already.
Going on for 23 years, and in 23 years, none of the Straw Hats have really had any development with their dreams outside of maybe like a Robin, or the other dreams are so stagnant that there's really no development. Like Brooke, I want to see Laboon.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard Sanji say the All Blue once.
That's because Sanji has never once shown interest in the All Blue since he's been picked up at the Baratier.
Yeah.
Not once in the canon material.
Not once. All we got was the flashback with the Vince.
Write a series for 23 years to not even write your character's ambitions?
Ever. Like Nami hasn't mentioned the map, period.
And in SBS, Oda confirmed that after every
that she's writing, she's making them, right?
Nami draws the map, but it's all been off screen for 23 years.
Unreal.
So it's like, people will say, well, Nami's just drawing. It's not that important. Then why incorporate the dream?
There are two people who keep on bringing theirs up, and theirs are basically have to do with fighting.
Yeah, basically. And it's like, the point of having a dream is that like you have to do something to get to the point where you can accomplish it, and you can include aspects of the narrative that help the characters evolve themselves to become better. Where it's like, a lot of these characters now they come like fully equipped to complete their dreams. It's just a matter of like until we have to get to the end of the series until it actually becomes useful for Luffy.
Oh yeah,
And
Sanji was
that's
the
kind
best.
of the
Sanji
thing.
was the best chef in the world when he joined the crew.
Sanji was the best chef in the world, had all of the experience apparently without having even leaving the East Blue, despite the fact that Mihawk said that unless you go travel the world, you can't really get experience.
Right.
Sanji came out as a max cook, but during the time skip, whenever he met Ivankov, was like, I didn't even know these recipes existed. I didn't even know food could be used to actually do this stuff. Right. And then what's in the post time skip with that? Sanji uses a recipe once at the end of Punk Hazard, and it doesn't really do anything. Like, Sanji doesn't learn anything, and now in Whole Cake Island, Sanji doesn't learn about all Blue, he doesn't care about his dream. Like, don't you think it's odd that whenever Sanji believed that whenever he was going emo, right, that he thought he was going to leave the crew?
Yeah.
Right.
Why didn't it occur to Sanji that he was giving up his
dream for the All Blue? Yeah.
Is it really not that important? That's like saying it's like, if Zoro had to give up all of his swords during that point in time, I can never be the world's strongest swordsman, I failed Koina. Yeah. But no, it's like Sanji's like, whatever. Sanji doesn't have to learn how to cook. He's already the best. It's like, oh yeah, Sanji's the best cooking, but don't you want him to learn?
I just don't get it.
Why can't it be that whenever you have characters incorporated into the arcs, and how like all the strats do their own thing, why can't that be inclusive with what they're trying to do with the series?
I'm not even certain. I will say though, Robin has at least mentioned the poneglyph a couple times.
Robin has mentions poneglyphs. Robin does a fair amount, but like that's like it's like a give and take. Now it's the only thing Robin's useful for.
It's poneglyphs. She does nothing else. She'll give information about where things came from, how they're useful, the lore of things. That's literally it.
You know what was so interesting to see from Robin though? This doesn't exist anymore. This only happened like once or twice. Is that this goes along with like why the Yama fight was so good. Is the fact that it showed Robin's passion for what she was doing with
because he was destroying poneglyphs straight up
from being destroyed with her own body.
Yep.
And risking getting hurt because she was that respectful of the history, and she even on her own adventure where she was like searching for stuff and trying to figure out clues. If you're going to include the thing about archaeology, it's kind of like if you guys have played like the Uncharted series or like the Laura Croft.
That's a very good game.
Like if you're going to explore ancient ruins, there's got to be some puzzles, some things that test the character's knowledge. Maybe they learn new things. Doesn't happen with Robin at all.
That's cool. And then when we do get poneglyph talk, it was off screen in Wano. So
when we do get poneglyph talk, Robin's already figured it out. She knows the entire language. All she has to do is just find it and boom, instant knowledge.
Right.
Right. It's not necessarily something you earn. Robin doesn't earn the poneglyphs. Like when we got the Fishman Island, she just walked into a random forest because she thought it would be there, and boom, there it was. She got it.
Yeah, it's sad. And those are the things that I really love. And like I'm rewatching One Piece with my girlfriend, and I'm really, really enjoying watching it. A lot of these aspects of pre-time skip that we just don't get anymore, because we got lore upon lore. The storytelling was amazing because we get the adventure in One Piece, right? You really, really felt like you were every island they went to that you're on the adventure when you have things like Robin explaining the lore and like going into detail in poneglyphs and her journey on finding all these ancient things, right? And then you get all the cool information about how Nami is a wonderful navigator and she's using her abilities to traverse the sea. Or when they're going with the knock-up stream, like, oh, we can use the wings. Hey, it's still a sea. This is the way that we can navigate through this upward stream. Like, that was awesome. Like, I forgot. Skype is underrated, by the way. I'm loving watching it again.
It's slowly, the more I think about it, the more it's becoming one of my favorite arcs. Skype, like top 3.
Honestly. Yeah, it's great. And then like the Usopp, like actually becoming a brave warrior of the sea and seeing his ambitions come into fruition while he's talking on Little Garden, right? And seeing his what's the word I'm looking for? Resolve in Alabasta with his with this double fight with Chopper. And I don't know, the things like that I feel like I'm really missing now. Speaking of Chopper, I don't care. He doesn't do anything for me. He hasn't ever done anything for me, and he probably never will do anything for me.
Chopper's a disgrace of a character.
Chopper is garbage, and I
I
fucking
used to
hate him.
like Chopper, and I was like, maybe I'll just wait for Chopper's time to shine. But Chopper is like what people say about Chopper is completely true. Chopper is merchandise on the screen for that purpose alone. Chopper does not matter.
Say it 2
whatsoever.
times. There's literally, he's a plushie. He's a walking plushie that does jack shit, that forgets he's a doctor, that dives in the water even though he has a fucking devil fruit. He does nothing for me. It's not funny. It's not cool. You have one of the coolest breakout Rage and Hulk abilities that went to shit post time skip. You lost to tree branches. Why are you here?
He did lose to trees. Holy crap.
God
He
damn
lost
it.
in a 1v1 to trees.
It's so fucking annoying. I hate him.
Imagine that.
Yo.
That's how far the Straw Hats have come. You know the entire purpose of the post time skip was for the Straw Hats is because they weren't strong enough there to protect Luffy. And that was their motivation to get stronger for Luffy. And in the post time skip, they do less than what they did in the pre time skip.
And they get one shot by
Like, riddle me this, right?
Fight the enemies anymore.
Riddle me this. Something as strong as what some would consider Gear 3, right? Which is Chopper final form. He gets a handle on it. He gets a handle on it, right? We're like, holy shit. He got a handle on it. He's about to be a monster. This man is in Kung Fu Point every arc. What the fuck? What happened to Braid Point? That was cool. Deduct your opponent's abilities.
Don't forget
Where's
guard
that?
Point, boy. Guard point blocks Big Mom. Don't forget that, guys.
Stop.
That's a feat, right?
Stop it. I don't care.
The
I don't
best thing about Chopper is Dr. Hilaluk and Dr. Kureha. That's it.
That was phenomenal. That's one of the best speeches in the entire series.
That's one of the best arcs for me.
When does a man die? I took that to heart in real life. That's just fucking real.
No, Dr. Hilaluk's death hurt. It hurt a lot.
It's an amazing, and also Chopper had like an amazing section of a character arc during that.
That was great. I was actually pumped for Chopper back then.
Yeah,
and
no.
Cherry blossoms blooming and changing a man's heart. He was actually the man that was terminally ill back then when he told that story. That was great writing. And just Chopper now is just like.
What has Chopper actually done as a doctor? What has he actually learned?
I guess with the kids, the antidote for the kids, I guess, and stop.
Law helped.
Well, he did, yeah. Law. I mean, law's a better.
Law did it.
And even when he got the Zoe, he couldn't save the people without Caesar basically doing it for him.
That's true.
So boom, he fails again. Law has done more and been there more for Luffy
in
than
3 arcs.
Straw Hats. In just 1 arc.
Yeah.
Law as a doctor has done more than Chopper throughout the entirety of the series. Law was there for Luffy,
and that's so true.
Partly emotionally, like he was there to like witness what Luffy was going through during Ace's thing, and then he actually saved him.
Reiju has healed more people.
Whereas like here's the thing, it's like this is something I question the more and more we get into the post-time skip and the more that the crew doesn't interact. They're not a crew. These guys aren't family. They don't actually care.
Yeah.
Because they don't show it.
No. And Shang W's in the chat. I love the Straw Hats. I'm just pointing out things that I wish were the same from before. My bad. Let me reiterate that. I love every Straw Hat but Chopper. Because Chopper, he just doesn't do it for me, man. The cute and cuddly shit just only goes so far. He's so kawaii. I don't care.
It would be better if Chopper, had more agency as a character. Like, if Chopper had, stuff that he did, things that he contributed, feelings, interactions, things that make a character, he wouldn't be so bad. But Chopper's not that. Chopper looks cute, and he cries.
And people want to say it's impressive that what he did for Luffy and everybody in the jail. Well, if he could solve that so easily, then what was the point of them showing how dangerous it was?
No, here's what people don't understand. It's not just because they're as I said, this is the problem with the Straw Hats. They're role players instead of being characters. They just do things. They don't have to actually grow or experience or have difficulties. Chopper automatically heals someone in the prison, and it's not something he has to go through, mental stress, stuff that's like an achievement for his character. He just does it, and it happens immediately. It doesn't really serve a purpose.
I know, and it's kind of like with Frankie. Oh, we have a bunch of broken ships. Oh, Frankie's got it.
It's Frankie came as a character who's okay, you're from Water 7. And it's like, I know everything there is to know about any ship ever, and I can just do it all. and it's like, well, okay, well, look at what Frankie's contributing. He's building all these ships. He's not actually doing anything, though.
At all, like make them like, damn, I need special wood
If
for
you
this.
can
Oh,
do
what? Well,
something
Wano's ships are made
entirely
different.
off
I
screen
need
and
help
people
with
are going to
this.
rank you for that, that isn't like, if you're a main character, like, because there are some characters that do things off screen that's like, like Yonkos and like fights and like revolutionaries, they can just like off screen because they're not a part of the main narrative. But if you're a main character and people are ranking you for things that you don't get to see them go through, then it's like, what's the fucking point?
I think everything you guys are saying is everything that I feel, and the funny thing is like it never comes out, right?
Yeah.
You kind of just push it to the side because you love One Piece,
And
But when
it's
you
all just
really-
popping up in my head right now.
yeah, it's like when you really just think about it, it's like it was flowing out of my body. Like, I'm just like,
here's the reason, Jay. It's because all of us put this aside because we're like, don't worry, we'll get to this part eventually.
yeah, yo, that's
Eventually.
it. That is exactly what it is. I'm like, okay, I still got faith. I still got faith. Even though I'm pissed, I still got faith.
Dude, it's been 9 years, bro.
But what Oda does is that he gives us little tidbits of something that barely holds any information for us to go off of, and he gets us excited for like a week, and all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, I didn't really learn anything. I just have more questions.
It's like, what did you feel?
Yeah.
Because the strongest tools you can use, right, is like you captivate the audience by grabbing their emotions, pulling at their heartstrings, making them intrigued. Oda makes us intrigued. It makes our brains work. He is a legendary whenever he ties his world building, because Oda is a great world builder.
Right.
But I think that the fact that Oda is this is my belief. I think that Oda is so creative it actually hurts him.
Because there's so much for him to remember.
Oda has so many brilliant ideas that he doesn't have the time to actually do them. Right. But he doesn't want to let them go because like, that'd be a really good idea. So he combines ideas so that none of them get the attention they deserve.
That is actually a very good. That's very, very possible, and it makes sense because it goes in line with what's been going on, especially with post timeskip. I think that evidence of that is everywhere.
For sure. When I think about it, and I really do love the Straw Hats, and they've all like, even in like throughout the story since they've been introduced, each one of them, they have given me moments where you really feel with them and connect with them, and they're like, you really root for this crew, right? You really pull for them. I really feel like I'm a part of their journey together and everything they go through emotionally, physically, all that, right? But then there's Chopper. And I have not felt that. I have not felt that since Drum Island, and I'm keeping it a buck.
Chopper had massive potential, but I mean, outside of kids liking Chopper and girls thinking he's cute, I don't think anyone actually cares about Chopper.
The last time I really truly enjoyed a Chopper moment was probably in his lobby. I can't think of anything.
When he went to the monster.
Yeah. Yep, that was probably the last time where he goes, I don't care. I told Doctor I wouldn't do it, but I gotta throw this away from my friends, and I'll become a monster for them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that very much so.
That's fine. That was a good character for Chopper.
And that was the last one.
I think,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah. And speaking of comment sections, I'm probably going to get a lot of slander for all this Chopper hate.
I just want to let it be known that it was not my idea to do this.
Shut up, dude.
That's like the good thing and the bad thing about being the Dragon Down, where it's like people know my ideas, so they want to talk. It's like, let's talk about the quality of One Piece, and it's like all Drizzt does.
But Drizzt, I don't know all of your ideas because we don't. Because but Drizzt, Drizzt, me and you don't get very much one-on-one time. Like me, you, and JD. So this is actually a time for me to dive into it.
It's a growing part of the meme culture that's associated with me, dude.
That's great.
Well, you're the flagship, bro. It's your moniker, man.
It is, dude. It's just like it's what made me stop for a little bit. I wanted to stop going into Braga streams after chapters that I know I didn't like, because I know the first thing that happens.
Hey, Drizzt, what did you think?
And Froob's gonna be like, so Drizzt, did you hate the chapter?
Froob is so quick with it. And it's funny because but the thing is, like, I don't feel that way that I need to talk to you to get the negative aspect of something. I genuinely want to know what you think, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah,
Anybody I talk to.
that's all hidden behind the smoke screen for the people who get offended by what I have to say. I think.
Great to see it.
No, somebody earlier in the chat was just like, all you do is rant, Drizzt. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I asked him the question.
It's just one of those things that are just bound to happen every time that, like, I'm in a stream and chilling, and people are like, let's have a discussion about something Drizzt is passionate about. Fuck you, Drizzt.
I think the key difference between pre-time skip and post-time skip is like what you mentioned. It's the character moments, but it's like the connections. It's like those human
You
connections,
want
those
to feel
feelings.
it as a reader.
And his lobby was just nothing but like, yo, I feel that moment. Like I'm here in the moment and I'll never forget it. In post time skip, there's not that many moments where I'm just like, yo, it's like I would say one of Law's backstory is like one of the most tragic backstories in One Piece. I think it's just like top three. But Law's backstory was phenomenal. From beginning to end.
Facts.
Corazon was, oh my god, don't get me started on Corazon.
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
Incredible character, right? And I was like, that is the very best. That's pre-time skip Oda I'm seeing right now. But we just don't get enough of that. And I think that's what really disappoints me.
And here's why a lot of people didn't like Dressrosa because of the length. But Dressrosa did a lot of things for me emotionally because you have these characters that you connect with in a very short amount of time. Senior Pink backstory damn near has some better backstory than the goddamn Straw
Oh
Hats.
my god, that backstory is beautiful. Beautiful backstory, man.
That was awesome. And I'm just like, and because when you see Oda do things like that, like, we know you can be GOAT status. We know you can do it. If you can make me love this character in the 3 chapters, I know you can do it. And then and that's why I was talking with Naya. He fumbled the bag with Yasui. He hammered that. He hammered that too long. Way too long.
He what?
He hammered that in too long. That message like he's such a good guy.
Well, the thing that Oda tries to do, this is what I think. It's and maybe this isn't necessarily so bad. I think it just depends on like how you do it, more or less. It's that if you try to push a narrative so much, the ultimate response to it is going to be pushback.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like you can see this in like in me as a person in the community. I try to at least like when people talk about the One Piece, I push such a negative narrative that it has permanently like permeated like my entire personality and how people view me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the same thing with like Oda when he tries to write these characters that he doesn't want to spend the time actually writing, where he just tells you how you should feel instead of drawing how you should feel.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
And so I tried to defend it a little bit in saying though that wasn't for us to feel sad about it, but it was to us to understand how the characters feel that they feel.
Mm-hmm. And
but a lot of people weren't really folding for that outlook on it.
I don't think that holds up.
Yeah.
I would say what's redeeming. I think the Onimaru stuff was definitely redeeming. I'm very, very big fan of the Onimaru, that whole chapter, because I definitely felt I respected Onimaru for what he did, not only for Kawamatsu, but just for the War of Wano itself. I'm a very big fan of his story, and I think Oda did a really good job just writing that whole connection in itself. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely did that. I mean, yeah, I did want to transition to talking about Wano, Act 1 and Act 2. What are real thoughts on that? I am really enjoying Wano. I think it ended off on a great 8 out of 10 note. Wano in itself, it's been a roller coaster ride because I got moments where I'm like, oh, Sanji's using the raid suit. Interesting that he's using it, but still a little bit hype about it. So I kind of don't really care, right? And then I have Big Bitch losing her memories, and I'm just like, Oda, rip off your toes. I'm so upset with this. Like I want you to hurt yourself because this is not okay. Like this is total bullshit. And you know it's total bullshit. And then after that, and then she got her memories back. I'm like, Oda, rip off your fingers because this is unacceptable. And like I felt like to me as a reader, it is unfair for you to do Big Mom like this 2 arcs in a row. I've got Samla, I've got Crokenbush, and then I'm gonna be like, who the fuck am I? Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I'll rant about about that for hours. I'm not gonna get into that big mom foolishness, man. That it still gives me a headache just thinking about it. And then people tried to. What made me mad is that people tried to defend it, and I was like, "Oh,
Said it was good writing.
You cannot be
Of course you get
serious."
waterlogged when you fall into the sea. You're supposed to lose your memories. I'll drown you, motherfucker.
Not even the memories, bro. The falling asleep to Queen. Like, yo, Vergo, I'll never forget how mad you were after that chapter, bro. You were furious,
I
dog.
mean, I'm glad I restrained myself. I was gonna punch my computer screen.
Said 12 chapters ago she was tired, so that makes it good.
That stupid fucking excuse.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's just dumb. Nothing else. Nothing
Because
else.
I can justify it, that means it's good. Don't you? You guys just hate me. Fuck you.
And I'm like the fact, like, I can't talk to you. If that's how you're gonna come to me with that sort of justification, we can't have a dialogue. Because you need to
bad is subjective, Vergo. So you're wrong.
Apparently, and then I'm like, and I would tell them I objectively think that you're remedial. Because
why don't you just go write your own manga then if you're so good, full of good ideas?
It's like you're reading my comment section, but it's just
I'm
like
reading my comment section.
It's just like it's like I'm not allowed to point out shitty writing because and I am known as a very carefree YouTuber. A lot of things make me smile, right? I'm happy about a lot of shit. And the one time I get angry, that you guys want to come at me hard, no, I'm gonna be angry for the one time out of 10 that I get angry and it truly infuriates me. You're gonna hear about it, and I'm gonna rant about it, and I'm not gonna give a fuck what you think. And it's just like. And then they're just like, well, why don't you just end the stream already? And I believe right after that I did end the stream because you're right. I have nothing else to talk about. Nothing positive for sure. So I'm just gonna end the stream and I'm gonna sit in silence in my room because this is terrible.
You know, the funniest thing about that moment is like I started early on. Like I think I started like doing these videos in like July, like June or July. So like I never live reacted to a chapter that just bitterly disappointed me.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened with Big Mom, I just remember throwing off my headphones and having to stand up because I just couldn't function. I couldn't take what I just read. I said, "There's no way I just read what just happened."
You know, one of the really
hit a different level.
One of the entertaining things for me, which I thought was hilarious, was seeing the people make compilations of everyone in the community just completely losing their shit.
Oh my god!
Like you see Roger throwing like a book across the room, and Nicole like taking off his headphones, and me just sounding like I completely snapped mentally.
You just couldn't function, bro.
And it just pure rage across the community, inherently just complete rage.
Yo, you sent out a link and you were just silent. I was just like, yo, Vergo, you here? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm here. I was like, yo, why'd you even send out a link, bro? Like, what are you doing here?
I wasn't going to, but like I was free.
You know what the sad part of that entire situation is though, is that like 5 months before that, after Joy Boy's Reverie, where we had like the mini Reverie on my channel,
mm-hmm.
At the Big Mom chapter, everyone there was like super pissed that it happened, but we were like, well, maybe Oda's gonna do something good with it.
He just made it worse instead. To the fact that a clash with Kaido was like, oh, finally some positivity. This is like Big Mom's not as trash as we thought she was. Like, I don't know, man.
I know it hurt. I was curious to know because Toddy was a huge Big Mom fan, Mama G. I remember I was talking to Toddy. I was like, so what do you think about it, man? And I think he left the stream immediately because he was just completely didn't want to speak about it. Lothar said, bro, Vergo, chill. Don't wish Oda to lose his fingers. How is Oda going to write massive plot holes in the story without his fingers right at Drizzt?
That happened fairly bad recently.
Utsuro says, this is starting to feel like a therapy session. My name is Vergo, and I have to say about Opie. Listen, man. Sometimes venting is very therapeutic. I would say so.
Vent all of your anger to the drag down. I absorb it and add it to my own.
Indeed. Take it on in. Take it on in. Absorb it just like Tank Man.
My feelings on Wano have been crystal clear for a while now.
You think it's very lackluster? This is where we disagree. This is where we disagree. Because you think that it's been very lackluster, other than like 3 or 4 chapters, right?
I think it's been more than lackluster. I think it's been just straight up bad.
I don't remember you saying that one.
Yeah, as I said, you know how much I dislike Whole Cake Island, right?
Yeah. We
Yeah,
also
Here's
differ.
what you
We
Whole
differ
Cake
in that
Island
too. But
territory.
continue.
no way, it can't be that bad, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
The thing is, we're 46 chapters into the arc right
Right.
now, and the quality of writing was better in Whole Cake Island than it is in Wano.
Huh?
I know, right? You like that? You hear me say that, right? The
You're
quality
serious?
of writing
I'm
is
shocked.
better in Whole Cake Island right now than it is in Wano currently if you compare them chunk by chunk.
Okay. What
Now-
chunk would you compare to a whole cake chunk?
Yeah, that's
First
I got-
46 chapters.
The first what?
First 46 chapters.
What did we get the first 46 chapters? All Seducing Woods?
Well, the entirety of Whole Cake Island is 76 chapters.
Well, then we at least got to the
So
chateau
this would
then,
be
and
right
then some.
after the
The chateau was fallen by
the
then,
tea
right?
party? Yeah, somewhere around there.
The chateau's fallen. Oh, okay. Well, arguably,
Well, I think I would want to ask you this, guys, because you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, and I'm not going to infringe upon your personal enjoyment. But what have you enjoyed with Wano so far?
what have I enjoyed Wano so far? Oh man. Oh, let's see.
Yeah,
I thought
Wano that actually has you invested?
I
What
thought
do you enjoy so far?
Let's see. The whole run-in with Killer and Zoro, I enjoyed only because of the reveal of Killer, who he actually ended up being. The Onimaru stuff, kind of like JD pointed out, I actually did like. That was pretty cool. And then seeing like if it is a kitsune, so to speak, it's some pretty cool Wano Japanese lore. I like things like that. One, I like the designs of everything, and Japanese designs I think are cool as shit. I think seeing everybody in the kimono is cool as shit. But those are just personal things that I love. Big Mom shit, hey, won't even go there. Hawkins, everything involving Hawkins and Law, I love.
That's been great.
I love. Like everything. Every interaction they have is just so like, it's like they're playing a game of battleship with each other, you know?
How did you feel about how that ended?
Confused.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just there to troll after that. I was happy because I had a moment to troll. So that's the only reason why
I'm a bit
but there's
confused.
still
I
too
need
many-
more I need more clarity. Oh, did my stream go down?
Yo, Vergo, pause for a second. Your stream's buffering right now, so I think I might have an issue.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I peeped. I was like, yo, it just went from like 50 to 21. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, what just happened? Let me see Streamlabs. Shit. I'm fixing it. One moment. Damn.
Is it an encoder issue?
Yeah.
It's probably just the internet. I think I might be fine now.
It dropped down for a little while. Fuck.
Yeah, it's back now.
Is it back?
Well, no, it's still loading. It's still loading.
It's still on for me now too.
It just dropped dramatically.
It's the white background, so you can't really see the little loopy thingy.
All right, Encoder says we're back good at 100%.
Okay, so we should be good.
Well, hopefully, chat. If you can hear us, how do we sound?
Yeah.
Is everything back to normal?
I still can't see it.
Kind of diagnostic. YouTube doesn't tolerate OP criticism.
That's true.
Oda finally got a hold of him.
I think.
Good.
Are we good?
It just keeps disappearing and then coming back. Maybe if I refresh the stream, let me see.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I guess I'll refresh that too.
Cause the chat's going back up. Chat's going back up dramatically.
Yeah, it's going back up now. It's going like from 33.
I was hoping to refresh the page and see if that fixes it.
Yeah, they're coming back. Okay, I think.
Yeah, man, I was like in a groove too.
I know we was just like, getting into it, man.
This has already been our longest. This has already been our longest talk yet.
I was just about to say this might actually be the longest episode yet.
It is, and I was saying the exact same thing with the other week with Matt and Trent.
Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry.
The one we had with Townsy was pretty long. That was like an hour and 20 something.
That was good, but the one we had was like an hour and 45 with Matt and Trent.
Yeah, it was. That was super long. Was that 5?
And they said we're good.
Why is Matt capping so much that he's gonna be putting out consistent content? Like he's actually gonna follow through with that.
He's a fucking liar.
He's trying to amp himself. He's trying to amp himself up. I don't know.
I feel bad for all 4,000 of those poor people who are actually expecting him.
Yeah, he's talking about, I wonder if I can get to 20,000 subs by the end of the year.
20K in 3 months?
Well, like into next year.
Oh, I mean, that's possible. Brago gained 35,000.
With Matt's work ethic, I don't know.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm saying Brago put in the work and gained 33,000 on a certain channel.
I mean, Matt, you have to make actual videos to get that many subs. You can't just do streams.
You have to be consistent. Your stream is buffering again, by the way, Vergo.
Yeah.
I think it's good now.
I'm deleting some of these frame rates. Or moving some of these frame rates.
Deleting.
100% skip frames.
I'm deleting these frame rates.
Yeah, that's not what I meant to say.
I was about to say, yo, how the fuck are you doing that?
I definitely can't do that.
Let me go ahead and empty the trash in my lag.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that with my streams.
Ever got a fire?
Alex Uji is like, oh shit, here we go again. I love that meme, bro.
Oh shit, here we go again.
It's a good meme.
Oh my god, dude, I just want to fix this shit. And then talk for a little bit longer and then close this shit up before it happens again.
You know, the funny thing is this Wano, it's interesting that you brought up the whole kick writing and Wano's writing.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, everybody knows that I love Sanji, but I think I think the writing for Sanji's backstory, let's not talk about Sanji himself, right? But the writing for Sanji's backstory and like understanding who he really is at his very, very core, I think we got the rawest version of Sanji. And I know it's like now I can identify the exact type of personality he is, and it's a shame because he's kind of a pushover. Huh. That's what Oda made him be. He's a pushover. He's a guy who's going to be taken advantage of. That's who Sanji's going to be, and it shows like the amount of it's like a mental weakness in a way where he's like a really, really fragile human being, and Oda like how he wrote that out with the Vinsmokes, and he really like I think the most emotional scene of Sanji's backstory is when he runs into his dad, and his dad's like, "Oh, thank God you're finally running away." And oh, by the way, don't tell anyone we're associated with each other. And like Reiju sees it, and Reiju finally like cracks, and she's like, "Yo, and he's like Oda. The way Oda draws Reiju's face is like, yo, I can't handle this type of pain that Sanji's going through because he just doesn't deserve this type of vitriol and hatred because Sanji never really did anything to him.
Yo, fuck them kids.
You know, fuck those kids. Seriously,
fuck them kids.
So then now we see that I think that part of the story and that part of that writing, I was like, okay, that's textbook pre-time skip One Piece again. I don't think we've gotten that yet in Wano. So I in my opinion, I would say I would partially agree with Drizzt in terms of the writing for Whole Cake Island is probably a little bit better in Wano, but the difference with Wano is there's more moments that make me excited than they did in Whole Cake Island, besides the Luffy Katakuri fight, of course.
Yeah.
Because then you got like Kaido's Devil Fruit. We've been waiting for that forever. You learned about King and the Kaido Pirates, learning all this new stuff. So that's where everyone's getting hype about.
Learning what new stuff? What did they actually learn?
Kaido's Devil Fruit. That's about it. Yeah.
The rest of the calamities. Oh yeah.
The sword stuff too. Actually, I think the sword stuff is pretty cool.
And I thought, JD will agree. We made a whole video about this. I thought that the Luffy speech in Udon was great.
That was fantastic. I did enjoy that one.
But yeah, Whole Cake. I told you about when I did my reread. I enjoyed it a lot more, Drizzt. And I'm going with that. I thought everything up to the chateau was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
I don't know if it was pretty damn good. I think that it had potential. There were still like parts that were just like meh. Some parts that didn't make sense, but it's like, okay, maybe we'll have some payoff for it.
Yeah.
But it was like it was fine. I think most people would admit like the first time of Holy On, even though it had its flaws,
Yeah.
it was the potential of what it could be that made people excited, and then it just the thing is like it didn't fulfill any of those promises, and it wasn't what people thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. And then I don't even want to talk about the despicableness of Sanji hitting his captain, but that's not what this stream is for.
Ooh, yeah, no, I fought a war on Twitter over that, bro.
And
Don't do
you'd
it.
fight a war with me too. But like I said,
Don't
that is not what
So
this.
like you can't make any dubious statements about a straw hat because then people will just say X, Y, and Z is an excuse.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
true.
and and it's funny. Like I remember people like are scared to get disliked. Like don't like my video. I mean, a dislike or like either one is traffic. So
I was about to say, bro,
it doesn't
you're
really
doing
matter
me
to
a
me.
favor.
Obviously, likes are positive. Hey, you like me. That's cool. But either one is a positive. Honestly, I don't really see the dislikes as negative.
Depends on how many you get, Vergo.
That's true.
So
You could
is
always
there
be
are there
Rebecca Black.
repercussions?
There's definitely a big difference. Like you still have a community of people that they see you for who you are,
Right.
but
Yeah.
this is kind of the difference between like if let's say
Talk to
that
me.
you stream tomorrow, Vergo, and your channel was 50,000 subs, as an example.
Okay.
Out of the 50,000 subs, about 49,000 are going to be casual viewers.
Yeah.
Right.
Who do not actually understand the series that well. And
Yeah.
if you say something that would like people who understand you realize like there's a reason for this, you get immediately hated upon. That's the danger that you fall into whenever you have a big channel. Like for Braga, this is something he's gonna have to take advantage. He's gonna have to think about as he creates more on his BDA law, where he's making, he made like a few quote unquote, I don't think they're controversial, people just like butthurt because of the waifus and Zoro. But whenever he made that video about Zoro, well, he thought that Zoro wouldn't take Enma. People were like, "No, Zoro needs a power. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you." Like they disliked the video.
They went crazy on him.
Hell of a lot. And then like the Kobe versus Boa thing was like, "Oh no, I like Boa, so fuck you." And as he gets more and more subs, the more he tries to like actually make relevant conversations that could go against the public perception, it'll test the faith of those people and how smart they really are. Which is why you see success in large numbers with people who don't make really opinions. Like Tekken doesn't have opinions.
Yeah.
So his channel is very, very
So
well.
I want to piggyback up on this, and me and Naya have had conversations about this. And here's something that I really enjoy about my channel, and no matter how small the subscribers may seem, right, is that my subscriber base currently, we're in the 700s, right, and they really rock with me because they know my opinions, they know how I think, they know how I work right now, and he said it's really impressive that I can retain as many as my subscribers per stream that I do, because I retain around 10%, which is really fucking high, apparently. So and Naya said the thing is like, and even like after the Ghetto Reverie, right, when I gained about 250 subs right off the bat, they immediately got to find out who I was, how I worked, how I functioned. They were coming in little by little because all 250 aren't going to start watching at once, right? They're going to come every other stream. They're going to check it out. They're going to see what I'm about, and they've started to see what I'm about. I think my channel is not going to grow as largely and quickly as Brago's or something like that, and they're going to get to understand about how I think, and I might get less of the casuals. You know what I mean? Because he grows around, he gets 1,000 a week, right?
Vergo, is that I think it's going to be the main thing is that whenever you have a small community, the small community is actually much, much better in terms of how you vibe with them than larger communities are, because you actually know these people. Like if you look at half the chat, I've seen half of these people in other streams. I know that for the most part, they're cool guys.
Right.
So that's the difference you're going to find is that, especially with the growth, and I'll stand by this, Brago had his channel for forever, right? And he
6
still
years.
could not get past the hump.
6 years.
Despite how like Brago has 16,000, maybe 18,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And for about like 4 or 5 years of those, he had a ridiculously low amount for how good that he was.
It was stuck on like 8K. Until the Reverie, it was stuck on like 8K. He was stuck on like 8K until the Reverie.
Yeah, he was at 8K then Reverie. That's how he hosted it. He had 8K subscribers. And Reverie, I think he got like 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, something like that.
Yep.
And it slowly grew up from there. But that's a lot because he had connections to other people. But it's really hard to like. It's helping more with his BDA law now because he's getting more subscribers than the previous channel with his BDA law. But it's hard to build up a channel when the only thing you do is stream.
Correct.
It is.
Because you're not going to experience growth, but more than likely you're going to stay at the same numbers for a longer period of time once you reach a certain limit.
Yeah.
And who knows what that limit may be for you? Like, let's say you reach like 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Or, let's say like 3,000.
Yeah.
Which hopefully you get to that point. It's going to be very hard to get past that point in time simply due to the nature of the content, I think.
Yeah.
You're right. Because, like, yeah, when I had a different computer, I used to put out videos, and that would get me, like, a couple every now and again. But in the streams, they work well for me, and the streams are fun. That's what I love doing the most, right? But I do have opinions on videos that I want to put out. But I know that those are needed to reach a larger fan base. Because not everybody wants to sit here for an hour, right? Some people like a quick 15-minute reviews and to get a quick hit of your thoughts.
Well, yeah,
not you and 9 others, right?
They don't know where to find it in like an hour-long video.
Correct. They won't know when to find this unless people timestamp it. And when they come in, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, I'm doing a prototype Vergo live stream," and then you hear 9 other people talking on my channel, and they're gonna be like, "When's he actually gonna give his opinion?" Or all these guys talking, right? I'll chime in, obviously, but it's not going to be mainly about me. And if there are those that are mainly there to hear me, that's going to turn it off to them. This is how it is. When you host a live stream, Drizzt, they're going to want to hear your opinions. But when you've got several people in there, and maybe there might be another YouTuber or two with you, and they're like, "Oh, we can hear their opinions too." But that's mainly what they're there for. They don't want to hear all the other randoms you bring in, and that's just keeping it a buck, unless they're there consistently. If they're newer subscribers,
it's kind of like
yeah.
I think it depends on the kind of person you are, Vergo, because like for instance, and I've seen this effect happen. I don't know how people feel about it. I haven't necessarily asked about it, but like let's say I start a stream by myself, and there's like 4 or 5 people get someone in there. Like I see, you pop up in the chat, like I send you a link.
Yeah.
The downside of having other people in the stream is that comments get ignored.
Yeah.
You cannot interact with your audience once you're talking to other people, like right now, right? We can do it a little bit more here, but even so, in this entire discussion we've been having, it's not like we're interacting with them that much.
Correct. So I've been seeing my name tagged quite a few times, and I apologize for not saying shit. But it's hard when you're having a free-flowing conversation.
One of those weird things,
When you're having a free-flowing conversation, it's a lot harder. When I had 15 subs, way easier, right? When I had 100 subs, way easier. Now that you have 700, you're like, "Oh, shit." But
and to be honest, like despite what you're thinking, as long as what you're doing makes you happy, Vergo, it doesn't actually
very happy.
Like whatever your goal is, just go for your goal.
Obviously,
doesn't matter as long as you're having fun. To be honest.
How do I put this? I have milestones, right? I would love to hit milestone upon milestone upon milestone, but my goal is my own enjoyment. If you understand, if that makes any sense.
So, would you say that what do you want to accomplish from your YouTube channel, Vergo?
There's a few things, right? One, I want to be a channel in which you can see how much fun this guy's having, that I can encourage other people to make great content as well, and maybe one day a great content creator can come out of that and say, "Hey, you inspired me," right? Kind of like other guys before me did. I want to make sure that the guys that really do want to get something big out of this and that come to my channel and I conversate with all the time can accomplish what they want to accomplish, be it big or small, I want to continue to enjoy doing what I'm doing while also building a fan base and meeting more people that may not be YouTubers or anything that I can conversate with and also enjoy this wonderful piece of work that I've enjoyed over the past multiple years, And those are things that I want to accomplish, things that are the betterment for others around me, aspiring people, and myself. That's basically it.
That work for. I think it's the part of the thing with YouTube is that I think this happens whenever like you first reach like quote unquote success with numbers. Is that I know whenever I was starting, like my entire goal I told you before is like kind of like fucking with JB basically, and like in Vergo and getting to the circle. But even then, I still cared massively about my numbers. Like if I went from like 100 views to 400 views, I'm like, oh my god, this is it. You know,
Yeah, and
um,
I've poked about numbers
and
too.
I wanted my ideas, or like let's say like I have a stream or I do a video, like this Mihawk video that I made, which got over 100K views at this point in the past
Nice.
2 days, um, based solely off of the last chapter. But I put like a long time to that video. If I didn't, if like it's getting the recognition I think that probably more than it deserves, but it feels justified my time being put into it. I just there's a certain point in time where if you feel like you're actually doing good work, but it's not getting the recognition you think it deserves, it can become like a detriment to your overall attitude.
Yeah, I
It depends on how you see
100%.
it.
I'm 100% on board with that because I remember there was a time where I was putting out content about almost every series, right? And at that point in time, I felt like I was doing a little bit too much, and then I was just like, okay, these aren't really getting any views. These aren't really getting any comments, and I felt like I was kind of just doing them to just doing them, and I wasn't having as much fun as I wanted to. And
Mm-hmm.
then I just started doing only One Piece content, My Hero every now and again, some Kingdom every now and again. And then my One Piece videos get 200 views consistently, right? And I'm like,
Right.
okay, this is cool. I don't even have 200 subs. I'm okay with that. And then I hosted the Ghetto Reverie. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed in JB. And I was like, I really want this to do well, so I can prove a point that it can be done, and no matter how tired you get, you can have it long lasting. And that was one of the most satisfying streams I've probably ever done, still to this day in my life, because that was 7 hours and a half. Did well view wise. I've got nothing even close to it on the channel. Channel blew up quite a bit. We doubled, maybe tripled in subs, right? And it was very good. It was well received, right? And I had a blast doing it. And after that, I had like 600 subs, maybe 500 something. I had streams consistently after that getting 800 or 1,000 views. I was like, okay, I don't even have this many subs. Things are going well, and that's kind of how I envisioned it being. Like it wasn't really about the sub count, but it was more about the viewership, if that makes any sense.
Speaking of viewership, Virgo, I think you would have a few success if you could figure out. I don't know what I never had this problem that you've been having. I don't know what goes on with like your audio or like what you use, but I
It,
don't know how that you're getting like these consistent audio problems whenever you
it's
stream.
it ever since Google Hangouts was taken away from YouTube, it's been shit. And I used to be able to do this just fine with my normal setup and I with my encoder and my setup. And ever since Hangouts has been taken out of YouTube itself, they don't mesh, and I don't understand it.
So are you using OBS, right?
Streamlabs, I've always been using Streamlabs and never had this problem before.
Try
But
using
Streamlabs is
OBS,
OBS.
Virgo.
Try using OBS.
OBS
Try
works.
using OBS. OBS is very simple. It's friendly to use. If you get stuck, you can Google it, or I can help you out. I think Streamlabs is kind of fucking your shit up.
It might be.
Whenever I
I'm
use
looking.
Google Hangouts
I'm looking
with
at the frame
OBS,
rate
it
shit, and it
works.
said 100% problem detected, which is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I would say that give OBS a try. See if it works, because if it does work, it'll solve like half the problems where like people, your audience now that loves what you do, they'll be more entertained because I mean I would say that probably the only one of the only issues with your stream is the fact that there's consistent like lag slash audio drops.
Yeah, and that
For
wasn't that
whatever
in the
reason.
past. Like we've had some very good streams, like last month. Streams are going very well, and this is problematic, and I don't like that. It sucks for me on playback. I can't listen to it. I had on the playback,